I'm generally not a very big fan of war movies. Not like there is something wrong with them, it's just I don't personally enjoy watching them. And considering what a big fan I am of Siddharth Anand's previous film Pathan, and how the trailer of Fighter in no way made me feel like this film is going to be filled with forced nationalism, my hopes with Fighter were actually quite high. Not really, not really. I did not expect a lot from this film. I genuinely thought it was going to be below average piece of cinema. But since I'm a very big fan of Hrithik Roshan, I went to watch this film. And to my pleasant surprise, it was good. I haven't watched any of the Top Gun movies, so I didn't really have that point of reference to compare Fighter with. And I guess it worked in the film's favor because I actually enjoyed Fighter. And I'm pretty satisfied with the aerial combat sequences shown in the film. The story of the film is pretty simple, but the execution and direction of this film make the story quite engaging. But what makes this film work for me so well is the characters. All the characters are distinguishable from each other, and the two main leads have their own share of baggage and trauma which they have to deal with throughout the film. Even though it felt a bit rushed, I really liked Deepika Padukone's character arc with her father, and the scene in which he comes to meet her and apologizes for not being a good father is one of the highlights of the film. Another one of my favorite scenes from the film is when Hrithik Roshan tries to console Sartaj's wife and tries to make her a promise that he will bring Sartaj back, and his voice trails off in the middle of his sentence. That scene was really powerful because of the great performance given by Hrithik Roshan. However, despite the 2 hours and 40 minutes runtime of the film, a lot of the times the film feels rushed. Just like the relationship arc of Deepika Padukone and her father, the troubled relationship shared by Hrithik Roshan and Anil Kapoor is resolved in a rush. Now, the worst part of this film is the antagonist. There was nothing in his personality. The delivery of the dialogues that the actor gave sounded robotic, and his motivations were not really well explored. He looked menacing in certain scenes, but overall a very underwhelming villain. In the entire movie, he's just there. Like, "Zara rakha hua hai beech mein." It just feels like that. Is it Siddharth Anand's best film? No. For me, that would still be Bang Bang. It was a remake, but still a very entertaining film. Also, a minor nitpick from Fighter, there are awkward product placements in this film, like big billboards of some paint brand in multiple scenes throughout the film, and HRX punching bag, which makes sense in the scene, but it's kind of awkward when it's focused on the HRX. And the worst of all was they're all dancing in the club in that song Sher Khul Gaye, and there is a random ass shot of Anil Kapoor drinking that black water. It doesn't derail the film, it doesn't make it bad, it's just a minor nitpick that I have. Overall, I feel like Fighter is a pretty entertaining and enjoyable film with a few great emotional moments and a very good aerial combat sequences. And honestly, I've been hearing that this film is failing at the box office, and I do hope that's not the case because it is genuinely a good film. So it doesn't deserve to fail, and it deserves your love.